Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Shanta Mataji, for so beautifully organizing this wonderful event. We were all wondering if we will be able to get inside the temple or Krishna Gram temple. So there's such a nicely organized Abhishek festival here, and we all got to have hear nice kirtans and everything, and Katha also. It's really amazing to be in the association of all of you. Just start off with a short Mangalacharya prayer and then we can discuss. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Mukham Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Metkrupa Tamaham Mande Shri Gurun Dinatarinam Shri Paramanandama Chaitanyam Ishwaram. निवृत्ततर्षैरुपगीयमानात् भवौषधाच्रोत्रमणोभिरामात् कवुत्तमश्लोकगुणानुवादात् पुमान् विरज्येत विना पशुघ्नात् एतावदुक्तो पररामतन्मः भूतं न भोलिङ्गमलिङ्गमीश्वरम् अहं च तस्मै महतां महीयसे शीर्ष्णावनामं विदधे अनुकम्पितः. So, just thinking of this, we are all fasting, and Parikshit Maharaj is telling towards the end of the 10th canto that Nivritta Tarshe Rupagiya Manat, I am not feeling thirsty. So, and he was, by the time he was hearing 10th canto, it must have been the 6th day or almost the 7th day of his fasting, right? I am feeling a bit tired. I don't know about you all. So, one thing I just remember, why we are fasting, this would be good to know this background a little bit more. We have many reasons, like Krishna, we have to wait for Krishna to appear and then have the honor the Charanamrit from his that is washed, that which we bathe him with, and then we do this. So once what happened, one of the devotees, when my spiritual master, his own Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj was in Rajkot, and the Janmastami day was there. So in Gujarat, usually devotees don't fast. The general people don't fast. ISKCON devotees fast. So first thing they eat is they take a sweet and eat. Mangalarti, because birthday of Krishna is our. So when they never fasted, so one of the devotees who was from local Gujarati, he came and he sat with Maharaj, and Maharaj said, "We have to fast today." So he could tolerate up to 2 o'clock. Maharaj was continuing with the studies and Bhagavatam. So he said, "Now I cannot tolerate anymore. I have to just tell Maharaj and then drink 3 glasses of water." Then I was sitting in the room with Maharaj, and Maharaj, "Do you want to ask something?" He said, "Yes, Maharaj, I want to know why we are fasting." Then in between some guests came. Maharaj went around to show them, and about half an hour you had to sit alone, this devotee. So he was, in the meantime he was thinking, when Maharaj comes, I have to just tell that I am going to drink, and that's it, Maharaj, I cannot tolerate anymore. So when Maharaj came, you were about to ask something. What is it that you wanted to ask? Then he said, "Maharaj, I was asking why we are fasting on Janmastami day." Then Maharaj said, "Do you have any desire now?" Then he said, "No, Maharaj, I just want to drink 2-3 glasses of water, Maharaj." "No, I want to give you 1 million rupees. Don't you want?" "No, no, Maharaj, I want just water." "I want to give you a big car, luxurious car." He said, "No, Maharaj, I don't want car, just water. Please give me water." Then Maharaj said, "That's why we are fasting. All other kamas will subside, at least till we worship Krishna. So that is why we are fasting on these important days. So that, what is that shloka? Apuryamanam achala pratishtam samudramapaha pravishanti yadvat tadvat kamayam pravishanti sarve sashanti mapnoti na kama kami." So they will all flow like rivers, and we will keep getting them na kama kami. You are trying to fulfill every single desire, we will never reach the end of it. So these are practical reasons why, I mean, one is of course Krishna is there, but how many of us are thinking about it? We are only waiting for 12 o'clock. Let the 12 o'clock get over and I'll just get my glasses of water and just go crash. So this is to come out of the bodily platform. These are all some of the things which we do. And that day the devotee realized that all these desires will flow like apuryamanam, like ocean, rivers flowing into the ocean. So so do not disturb. I don't know why this is still ringing. Anyway, so this when we are getting all these desires flowing in, we have to learn to stop it. We have to find a way to stop it. Na kama kami, one who is trying to fulfill every single thing. That is why we sing this thing, Nivritta Tarshe Rupagiya Manat. Bhavaushada Shrotra Manobhiramat. When we are hearing Krishna's pastimes, automatically all these hunger, thirst, all these the mental and physical desires, the bodily needs, they are all just driven out. We don't even think about them. Really, when we are focusing on Krishna, only when we turn this side, Bahirmukha, then we have all these things. Near Antarmukha, there is no problem at all. So that is why these discussions of these topics are very, very important. Kirtan and discussion, hearing the Katha is so very important. Because yesterday with Achyut Pran Prabhu at his home, we were discussing this beautiful line in the 2nd canto, 1st chapter, 11th verse. This is such a beautiful line that Prabhupada says that hearing and chanting are the process by which we take the association of the Lord, and it is non-different. These two processes are non-different from associating with the Lord. And that is so powerfully told by Prabhupada. That is why we are experiencing Krishna. The fact that we are forgetting all these other material desires or needs is the fact that we are with Krishna. Otherwise, nobody will be fasting and running around or doing so much seva, sitting and hearing. Only mad people will do. And we are really proud that we are mad. The more we are mad after Krishna, the more we can appreciate Krishna's presence in us. So the reason why Krishna, Krishna's appearance, it's a beautiful thing that in the Gopika Gitam, we hear the very first sloka that is sung by the gopis. It gives a beautiful reason or the beautiful insight into what is going on about with the appearance. Like Rambhadra Prabhu and Rupanupur, they had a very beautiful explanation of those appearance. But there is a beautiful thing about which our gopis sing, Jayati te dikam janmana vrajaha shayata indira shashwadatrahi daita drishyatam dikshutavakas tvayidritashavas tvam vichinvate. This gives a beautiful reason why he is appearing, where there are so many places are there where dust is there. Anywhere in the part of the world you can collect the dust, best dust you can collect. But why our Vraja dust became famous? Why everybody is thronging this place? Why? Because you have appeared here. The gopis are telling beautifully that Jayatite Adhikam. This land has its glories have expanded. Adhikam, it has increased because you have appeared here. It's not a joke, but it's a reality that even now you will the fact that in the International Society of Krishna Consciousness, Krishna is present. You know how it is true? From this verse, we get the reality that anywhere you go, in any part of the world, you put a ISKCON board and the land price around the place increases. Haven't you seen that? Yeah. At least 5 or 10 times, even 50 times it increases. We know from so many places where we go, they registered as ISKCON land, the surrounding place, everywhere they are increasing. And that is true that the moment Krishna is coming, the value, everything increases, So better, I'm just connecting this with the reality, what's happening around. In our south, near Tanjore, there is a nice place. They just got a land. They put a ISKCON board there. And just next week, the land price of the place increased 10 times. Because they know when ISKCON comes, there will be restaurant, there will be so many other things, and so many people will come. Like we see So many thousands and thousands of people coming here. Yesterday, as I was walking by our outside the street near the Krishna Balram temple, there was so much crowd, you all know. And I was thinking, just introspecting for a moment, in the 1960s or 50s or maybe in the early 70s also, before Prabhupada came or during that time, nobody would have seen this much crowd. How is it that suddenly this whole thing, of course, maybe 50 years, but then there's so much crowd, and everywhere you see there are devotees chanting, moving about, and all that. The Deyatite Adhikam, because Prabhupada is glorified. Prabhupada has made so many more exalted Vaishnavas who have sacrificed their life or dedicated their life for glorifying the Lord. That is why Jayatite Adhikam. And Janmana Vrajaha. As Rambhadra Prabhu very nicely said, it is appearance of Krishna in our heart. Right? So when we create the space for Krishna in our heart to appear, our value also increases. That is why whenever Prabhupada traveled everywhere, how is that he got so much attraction, so many followers? Even now, if you see, forget about those all others who maybe so many other places, they get so many followers in the online or whatever. But once they are gone, you will not get the same, what you call the followers or following or whatever. The purity of an Acharya is determined by how long or how far his thing sustains. It's not just how much in the short term. It doesn't matter. Like Rupa Goswami, even beyond 500 years, we are glorifying them. Prabhupada, 50, 60 years now, still he is increasing more and more, is glorifying. That is why he is being glorified. That is why you see Jayatite Adhikam Janmana Vrajaha. The more we bring Krishna in our heart, the more we will be glorified in this world. We are not after our glorification, but Krishna wants his devotees to be glorified. As he tells to Bali Maharaj also, when Bali Maharaj surrenders to Krishna completely, Krishna was not satisfied with just sending him to Sargaloka. He says, I was pretensive, I was pretentious, I was duplicitous, but Bali Maharaj maintained his honesty. So for that, whatever I give, it will not be of equal to him. So let me go as a security guard to him and stand at the gate, so that I will serve all his ancestors also. And he orders Prahlad Maharaj. Last time you did not listen to me. When I was Narsingadev, you did not listen to me. I kept giving you benedictions. You kept telling my father, you purify, remove the desires from the core of the heart and all this. Now I am ordering you, you go and stay with your grandson. And he is telling Virochan also, you go and stay with your son. And I will stay as security guard, so that whenever you press the calling bell, I will come and I will serve you. This is what Krishna's mood is whenever he comes, right? The same way, if you see Vasudeva and Devaki, they were 3 lifetimes they were doing tapasya. It shows how much tapasya we should do to bring Krishna in our heart. It's not simply just I say, Krishna, you come and sit in our heart. He's not going to sit. He has so many places to sit. But Jayatite Adhikam Janmana Vrajaha, that is when we create that space in our heart for Krishna to come and reside, then he will come without even our calling. Ahuta ivame shigram darshanam yati chetasi. Narad Muni says that. Narad Muni says that Krishna, when in the previous this thing, when he was a maid servant son, he was meditating. Krishna just came for a kshana and he showed his form and he went away. Then he is trying again with that same process which he learned from the sages. He is not able to get it again. So he is worried, he is frustrated, and at that time Krishna only speaks that I am sorry, you have these 3 qualities which need to be removed from your heart. Avipakva, Kashayanam and Kuyoginam, these 3. Immaturity, dirt in the heart, and incorrect devotional service, incorrectly doing devotional service. Incorrectly doing devotional service. So imperfectly. So these are the reasons I am not showing my darshan to you. Then Narad Muni says, okay, you can't show your darshan to me, but you didn't tell me I can't take your darshan. So there is 2 things. I may not show my darshan to you, but you can take my darshan. Right? So how it is happening? Narad Muni says, by your holy names I will take your darshan. I will sing your holy names, I will sing your kathas, pastimes, I will take your darshan. And then When he, as soon as he started singing the glories of the holy names and singing his glories, Krishna comes without even calling, he comes and sits in the Narad Muni's glorification. So Narad Muni said, I didn't call you. How come you came? That is Ahuta Iva me Shigram Darshanam Yati Chetasi. Ahuta Iva means as if called for. Like I didn't call you, you are coming on your own. So this is the way to bind Krishna. He will not get bound by our, like Kalayavana could not catch Krishna, but Yashoda Mata could catch Krishna only by bhakti, bhaktyamam abhijanati, right? So this is the point which we should learn from Narad Muni also, and from Vasudeva and Devaki also. The first and foremost thing we should do is tapasya. What we are doing now is tapasya. We are sitting and we are hearing, we are doing fasting, and we are going around and we are jumping, dancing, we are doing abhishek, and everything is tapasya. And Vasudeva and Devaki, they did that tapasya from 3 births before. And even in that is one thing. And tapasya also, you have to do it honestly. There is no shortcut. And with anarthas, I can't expect, everything to be perfect. When my anarthas are bothering me, when my anarthas are coming, I have to be humble enough to accept that I am having these anarthas and I need to fix them. We cannot find some shortcut and say, even with anarthas, can I somehow surpass and become pure devotee? Yes, we can become pure devotees, but don't look for the glorification of a pure devotee. That is our mistake. What we are doing is we are looking for the glorifications that a pure devotee gets, not actually the state of being a pure devotee. Both are different. So Vasudeva and Devaki, they were doing tapasya so much that Krishna on his own, he decided to come for the 3 lifetimes and be as their son. But when they come as the Vasudeva and Devaki in this particular pastime, there is an important quality that Vasudeva as well as Devaki possess, which Krishna was very much pleased with. What is that? Vasudeva, he was par honest. He promised to Kamsa that I will give my child, first child, when the moment it is born. He could have easily rejected it and done something to hide that child. But he didn't do that. He did Namakaran ceremony also, and then he honestly went and gave that child to Kamsa. And Kamsa himself was pleased to see that, the honesty in Vasudeva. And this is very important in our devotional life. Even if we have to follow devotion, we should not be looking for shortcuts and for quick fix glorifications or quick time glorifications. We need to just be happy serving Krishna and please him. And that will automatically bring, like for Prabhupada, he only did, he is Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari. He did Jaya for Radha Madhava. But everywhere we are singing Jaya Prabhupada, isn't it? So we all want glorification, let's accept that. But the thing is, the secret of achieving glorification is by glorifying Krishna. Prabhupada showed that. Now this whole world is divided into 24 time zones. Now we are doing Katha here, and Prabhupada is glorified everywhere in the year also. And somewhere in the US or somewhere Guru Puja is going on. Somewhere you have the Mangalarti going on. Prabhupada is glorified. So how that happens? Because of that purity of the honesty with which Prabhupada was doing his devotional service. And we need to take that lesson from Vasudeva and Devaki also. Vasudeva was very honest. And you see, Devaki's that bhav also, she knew that the child which was brought by Vasudeva is not her child. It was not her child. She knew because Vasudeva went and delivered Krishna there and brought the other girl child from there, which is the Yogamaya. But still, when Kamsa was snatching it away from her, she was protesting, please give this child as a gift to me. Even though that child is not hers, even though it may be someone else's, but she doesn't, she's not careless about it. This is very important for us to learn from Devaki. That, when something happens to us, we feel so much, affected by it. But when the same thing happens to others, we don't feel the same pain. This is the Dayaya Sarva Bhuteshu, Santushtya Yena Kenava, Sarva Indriya Upashti Ashu Janardana. This is the 3 ways to easily please Krishna. Dayaya Sarva Bhuteshu, be merciful and compassionate to all the living entities. Second is Santushtya Yena Kenava, be somehow or other satisfied with whatever you have. And third is Sarva Indriya Upashantyacha, somehow or other keep your senses under control. With these three things, Janardana is easily satisfied. We don't have to run around to satisfy Krishna so much. Just these three things we have to do. And that's what Vasudeva and Devaki did. And Krishna was so much pleased that he was very, very happy to be their son. And even if you see, when Narad Muni went and told Kamsa that, see, your son, actually Devaki and Vasudeva's son is Krishna, he is staying there, Vasudeva only delivered him there. And immediately Kamsa was angry with Vasudeva and he said that, okay, I will now kill Vasudeva and Devaki. Now, Narada Muni immediately stops him. No, if you kill them, those two boys will run away. Because they know that you know them, I think. So better not kill them, just arrest them. And later you can do whatever you want. But now go and fetch Krishna and Balram. It is all, Krishna inspires him to tell these things. And Prabhupada raises this question very nicely, that Vasudeva must have been disappointed with Narad Muni. He should have been upset with Narad Muni. Why you told the secret to Kamsa? But actually, on the contrary, Vasudeva was very happy and appreciative of Narad Muni's act, because of Narad Muni's this act, his son could come and live with him in Mathura. And that's why he thanks later when they meet in the Kurukshetra, he thanks that, thank you so much for bringing the families together. So every saint, when they do an act, there is a reason behind that. Our spiritual masters, Prabhupada or Acharyas, when they do, there's a reason behind that. Why they ask us to do these austerities. And no, it's such a nice thing. We all are so happy that we are here. And Jayatite Adhikam Janmana Vrajaha Shrayata Indira Shashwadatrahi. Because Krishna is present there, Indira has to be present. Indira means not Indra. Indira means goddess of fortune, Srimati Radharani. She has to stay because Krishna is staying here. And that is why this land is glorified. I think we'll stop here. And Shrayata Indira Shashwadatrahi Daita Trishyatam Dikshuta Vakas Tvaidata Shavas Tvam Vichinvate. The hankering that the gopis have to have the darshan of Krishna, that same hankering, if we can have a little bit, just 0.1% of it, whatever we can, to please Krishna and all his wonderful associates, then all our Acharya, Srila Prabhupada, and all our gurus, then that will be the success of our Janmastami. The day of Janmastami is not as important as the day after Janmastami. You know, the test lies how many of us get up for Mangalarti and come up and stand in front of Prabhupada to glorify him. You know, that is the real test. And we will see, Krishna willing, he has to wake up. Bhagavatam says, in third canto, Kapil Muni, towards the end of that chapter, he says, you have to pray to Krishna, we have to pray to Krishna to wake us up. Krishna, you wake me up so that I can wake you up. So we all will be tired with midnight, but then tiredness is only for the body, not for the Atma. Right? So this is the language of Atma and Paramatma. I stop here. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki, Jai Shri Krishna Janmastami Mahamahotsav ki, Jai Nita Koti Vaishnavanda ki, Jai Nita Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripasantabhyacha.